very good day to you, and thank you for joining us on Homefront. We are Wellsradio, and we're reaching you from Ibadan, your state, Nigeria. Good day to you wherever you're listening in from across the world today. Hope you're having a brilliant day. Hope you've been having an awesome day. It is time for Homefront again, and this is the show where we discuss issues playing out on the home. Yeah, in the home between the father, the mother, and the children, we discuss salient issues of separation, of love, and what binds us together as a family. Now, like we know, the family is a very important part of life, and it faces several attacks. Now, several attacks of misunderstanding, several attacks of pride, of anger that threatens to always bring it down. It's going to be a great time today, I can promise you. My name is Adesha Walofigo. I welcome you on board. Now, it is the desire of everyone to have a happy home, a home where there is love, a home where there is peace, a home where there is well-trained and cultured children, a home where God's love radiates between the father, the mother, and the children, and a home where there is trust and self-discipline. Today's show is eye-opening, it is enthralling, it is engaging, and it will definitely bless us all. We'll be discussing another important topic today, an issue that affects us on the home front. So if you'd like to share your thoughts, if you have questions and concerns, don't forget you can be part of our show. Just follow us on social media, on Facebook at Wellsradio Online, on Twitter at Wellsradio, on Instagram as well at Wellsradio. Drop comments, drop questions, drop contribution for us today. I welcome you on board again. We're discussing single parenting on the home front. And like someone said, being a single parent is like being a juggler. If after 6 months you start getting comfortable with knowing how to do it, a new ball shows up, and so you're now with 5 balls. So different issues keep springing up on the home front, especially with single parents. And my guest is right here in the studio with me today. What amazing guest! Like I said earlier, this is going to be a very engaging program. This particular episode is going to be very eye-opening. I can't wait for you to meet my guest today, but right now we'll take a quick break, and when we return, I'll bring her to the microphone, and we will be learning a lot from her today. So call someone to tune in right now. Don't forget, listen to us on www.wellsradio.com or download our mobile application on your devices. I'll be back after this break. Welcome back from that break. This is still Homefront, and it is still Wells Radio. I hope you're having a great day. My name is still Adesha Walofigo, and today's discussion on Homefront is on single parenting. Yes, we have quite a number of discussion on this today. Who is a single parent? You know, is it always by choice or sometimes by circumstance? And we have our guest today to do the discussion. She's an amazing person. She's a single mother herself, okay? And she's a fashion designer, a clothing and textile expert. Please make welcome with me. I hope there's a drum roll somewhere. Okay, Mrs. Alima Adelakun Umoru, it is great to have you today.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much. It's good to have you too.
And I must say, I love your outfit. Obviously, you're a clothing and textile expert.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so you can always come to the star.
Okay. Now let's talk about what it means to be a single parent. Who is a single parent?
Definitely, a single parent is either the male or the female who happens to be the only one taking care of the child or the children, as it were. And as a single parent, you have too much to be done. Something that has to be done by 2 people tends to be done by just 1 person. And being a single parent, sometimes, like I said, is not by choice. Sometimes it could be by circumstance as well. And a single parent is the mother to all, the mother of all. And the list is endless. A single parent does every other thing all by him or herself.
Okay. Now you said it could be a male or a female, but either as a male you are still the mother of all, because the importance of a mother cannot be overemphasized.
Exactly.
Okay, let's talk about how it has been for you.
Well, it's been a very, 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 very wonderful journey, let me put it that way, because I'm going to be very positive about it. I'm going to remove every negativity that has to be associated with being a single parent. It's been very hectic as well, but with God, it's been a very beautiful one. And for me, I've learned the job. I've learned to be a father. I've learned to be a mother. all at once. It's been very hectic. While you think about how to take care of the children maternally, you think of how to take care of the children paternally, because everybody has their roles. There are roles of the father, there are roles of the mother. But as a single parent, you just have to pick up the two roles and be your best at it.
Okay, now yours was not by choice.
Yes, it was by circumstance. I woke up on a very beautiful day with beautiful dreams with my spouse. I was in an away city, not a city where he lives at the moment. I was on holiday with the kids, and before the end of the day, the call I had was like the most devastating news of my entire lifetime. I learned through phone that my husband is gone. My husband has gone to be with the Lord. And up till until this moment, I've not been able to recover from the shock, but I've been praying for the grace of God to keep moving, not just for me, but for the kids, and to see life in a better way.
Okay, you know, your story is quite inspiring. We still want to know more about how, you know, you were able to adjust. Now you're still adjusting. I'm sure it's not a very easy thing. I know that. But let's talk about certain misconceptions about single parenthood that is in our society today.
Thank you. It's a very, very, very intricate topic to talk about, especially be it the northern, the southern, the western. When you become a single parent, either by choice or by circumstance, you become a taboo to the society. People treat you quite differently. People treat you quite with pity. People teach you quite with, oh, okay, like another, your space is somewhere else, probably, you know, and you get, sometimes you get cold treatment from people, sometimes you get very, very loving treatment from people, but the loving treatment is quite minimal, as it were. And for me, the misconceptions as in the society, I think we need to look into this so much more to be able to lift so many dark souls out there that are single parents, either the male or the female. We become single parent sometimes by choice. It could be by divorce, it could be by separation, and I'm sure each person or whatever the person could be would not want to find him or herself in such a situation. But that is where we have other issues that might have come into play, maybe domestic violence, a lot of things that could have come into place for you to become a single parent by choice. But if it is by circumstance, as it were, that is probably being a widow or a widower, you know, it's not something. We should try to love people in these places. We should try to, I can tell you my own experiences. I've seen God, I've seen my parents, as it's where I thank God I have them, and I've seen very few good people that have stood by me up to this moment. There are a lot of people I thought, oh, they're gonna be there till the end of the day, but I cannot even receive a phone call from them, which is very, very, very bad. Nobody wants to be in this kind of situation. Nobody would ever dream to be in this kind of situation. But so far you are there. Let anybody that knows, oh, there's a Mr. or Mrs. that is in this situation, either by choice or by chance, so always check up on the person, which is very important. It helps the person psychologically, mentally, morally, spiritually. You need people around you. You need people to help you. So I think for now, I'll put my stop here about the misconception.
Okay. You know, I learned a lot from what you just said right now, and, you know, something struck me. You mentioned pity, and you mentioned showing love. Now, sometimes people want to be loving, but when they come around, they talk in such a way that they remind you of what you want to forget. The pain. And let's talk about how people can draw the line between pity and showing love. So that when you come around the person, you are not saying, oh, you know, sorry, you're telling them, you know, great things can still come out of this. God loves you regardless. All of those things.
I'll still use me as an example, as it's right. When mine happened at the early stage, I just wanted no one to tell me sorry anymore. I was tired of hearing that word. I was so tired of hearing, oh, I'm sorry. And sometimes you even see some people laughing here, and the next minute they cite you, they change their face, and you sense like, oh, I'm being pitied, and you feel somehow from within, which is not meant to be. Show love in such a way like the person in question doesn't feel like, oh, why has my life turned upside down in just a flick like that.
Okay.
So we all have to as an individual, we all have to be able to know when, how to draw the line, know how to be able to relate with each other, because the person in question is very delicate, very vulnerable, very sensitive, and we should learn, not only learn, we should show pity, but help the person to move on from that stage, to move on from that level where he or she is in a very positive way. We need positive people, positive stories. You don't need to tell the person, oh, about how somebody else's husband or wife died, or trying to remember, bring back bad memories. You need all those children say positive things to encourage the person to see life as in a bigger picture, to see life like, oh, there's still more to life, to be able to live again, to be alive again, to lift up that soul. Thank you.
Okay, to any single parent listening to us right now, you are not alone, and to some extent I would say we understand. Now, I have a friend who is a single parent, this time around by choice, but she struggles with, anger, loneliness, guilt, and sometimes she says her children sees her cry. She left the marriage because it was a threat to her life. It was a very abusive marriage. Let's talk about the challenges of being a single parent. When you know that you just don't want to be alone sometimes.
Oh, really? Yes. Being a single parent, definitely you shouldn't be all alone by yourself. You need good people around you. You need good people that understands whatever it is you are going on. Not people that's gonna blame you. And yes, like you said, you have a friend. She cries in the front of the kids. She tells us, you all have to be self-controlling sometimes, because you don't want the kids to emulate or to be such an emotional drama that you are in. You want to see the children grow like a normal child. So you don't have any other thing than to seek for help if need be. Probably go for counseling and be quite spiritual about it too, because you need to leave that space. You need to see life in a bigger picture at its way. We all have to keep moving. Keep moving for the future, for yourself, for the kids. Encourage them. Yes, there are dark moments. You have to probably cry, be hungry. I understand. You have to be upset, but it's called self-control. Learn how to control yourself. Thank you.
Someone said that mothers are powerful because they are dramatists. They're the ones who can switch in just few seconds. They're crying, but when they see their children come in, they wipe their tears and they stay strong for them.
Yes.
Still talking about challenges that single parents face. Sometimes financially, because what is meant for two people has now sometimes become a burden for one person. Let's talk about this. What are some of the challenges? Because somebody is listening to us right now is thinking, I'm alone in this, I'm the only one who feels lonely. I'm the only one who feels like my life has stopped. I'm the only one who feels like, where will help come from for me? So let's talk about some of the challenges you face adjusting to this reality and then dealing with life every single day.
Okay, thank you. Like I said, you set short-term goals. Yes, there are financial challenges. It will always come. Even when your two hands are there, you still face one thing or the other. This is just based on you. Even if you have the money rolling in and out, I will tell you, it can never be enough, as it were.
Okay.
Because you have so many bills to pay. Even paying so many bills, you have so many errands to run. You cannot do it all by yourself. So when it comes to the financials, talk to people you can talk to help you. Maybe your parents, your relations that have quite loving towards you, that would not even backbite after all, or probably just want to hear your story and move on from there. And go out there to look for a living, improve on yourself. You cannot be where you are and tell me, and still keep crying. There's so many things to pick up, so many skills to acquire, there's so many programs to be done, either online. There's so many things to be done to add to your curriculum vitae to become a better person, not for you but for the kids. Stay strong. Whoever is actually in this position, I will encourage that person to keep moving, to stay strong, to be alive, to live life again, to be able to see life is not ended, as it were. Thank you.
Okay, you're inspiring us a lot. I have a question here, but I will save it for towards the end of the show. So if you have questions, we would love to have your questions. send us your questions. Follow us across all our social platforms. Our handles on Facebook is at Wellsradio Online, on Twitter at Wellsradio, on Instagram at Wellsradio. Just drop comments for us, under the comment section right there regarding this discussion. If you have questions as a single parent, we will be willing to really hear you. Now, if you have experiences to share as well, let's be a good listening ear today, okay? Hit us up and let's talk. Now, let's talk about succeeding as a single parent. Mastering household routine. When you become an expert, I don't know if you ever become an expert in, say, take care of the kids, take them to school, fix this on the home front. The bulb needs to be changed, but you're a single mother. I know how to do this. The TV has a fault. I know I need to get something. My car is not starting. I need to get a mechanic to fix it for myself. Let's talk about, being a pro at being a single parent. Or you're a father and you need to cook.
Okay, thank you. You can never be a pro at this.
Okay.
You can never be a pro at this. But you have to do things as it comes by so you don't break down as a single parent, because your children need you. Whoever is there loving you needs you. Your parents need you. So get up. Tell people around, your neighbors, your family, your friends. It's just some people are just a phone call away. Can you please help me? Can you please politely, they understand your position, they understand where you are, and they know they should support you. So it's not as if you are demanding too much. No one is a pro at fixing the bulb as a woman or cooking as a man. You learn on the job.
Okay.
I started learning so much on the job the day I lost my spouse, and I am still learning anyway. I take my kids to school, I go take them from school, I take them to the Arabic classes, I cook for them, I take them everywhere I go if I have to. I do the assignments for them, I wake them up at night for probably potty training. I have to do it, but yes, I have good people around me who has been very supportive, not only my parents, family, friends, my friends, very few people that has been highly supportive of where I am today, that actually make me feel like there are still very, very, very good people out there, which I'm very thankful for. So you just have to take it as it's right, and you don't break down. Because if you break down, at the end of the day, you say no one will be able to do those stuff for you. You will just lie there doing nothing, just looking up to the sky like, how did I get to this point? Take care of yourself. If you are a male or a female, take good care of yourself, which is very important. Make yourself happy. Make yourself happy from the soul, from the innate ability reflects the outside. If you take care of yourself, eat well, rest well, go out there to make whatever ends meet you have to do, and life goes on, like I've been saying. Thank you.
My guest is amazing today. I said it before we came on the microphone, and I'm sure you are enjoying it. We still have more to discuss, talking about discipline on the home front, especially this time as it concerns the kids. Yes, children need to cooperate with their single parents. Sometimes children make it so hard. They ask questions, they are throwing tantrums, they are angry, and they make things so difficult. We'll discuss this and more, and of course maintaining discipline on the home front after we return from this very short break. In this little time, don't forget to drop your comments for us across our social handles. I'll be looking forward to hearing from you. It is still Homefront on Wellsradio. Don't go away. Alright, welcome back from that break. This is Wellsradio. We're reaching you from Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. Good day to you. It is Homefront with Adeshawa Olofiko and my amazing guest today, Mrs. Alima Adelako Umoro, a single mother, and of course a fashion designer and clothing and textile expert. She looks awesome. Her clothes is stoned. The stone is glittering. I can see it from here, and she's beautiful. And she's been educating us on being a single parent. She's shared some stories with us. How it has been for her, the challenge of being a single parent, bearing all this burden alone. How easy has it been for her? She's been sharing that with us, and we've talked about challenges. We talk about succeeding as a single parent as well. So I hope you did not miss out on the first part. If you did, well, welcome on board. You're still right on time, because we're still yet to discuss more in this, what today on this topic. Let's talk about now maintaining discipline. I want us to bring children into it. Sometimes when there's a separation or there's a divorce, or you lost your husband or your wife and you're just all alone, sometimes it's easy. But when children are involved, especially children who do not even understand so much yet, it becomes a big kind of job when they ask you, Mommy, where is Daddy? Or Daddy, where is Mommy? And you always have to tell them something. And sometimes you tell them something, they ask you again because I think they seem to forget.
Oh, really? Actually, they don't seem to forget.
Okay.
My kids talk about Daddy every other time. I want to talk to my daddy. I want to use my daddy's phone. I want to play a game on my daddy's phone. This is my daddy's tie. This is my daddy's shoes. My daddy took me here. So the list is actually endless.
Okay.
And when you talk about discipline in the home front as a single parent, it takes the grace of God. Nothing. You just have to seek help from God, because even if the two parents are there, you cannot do it all by yourself. You just have to, be very, I think for me, be very spiritual about it. And as a single parent, you have to instill that discipline. Yes, the father might not be there, the mother might not be there, it might just be just you tutoring the kids, but learn how to put these kids in the way of the Lord. And I think that supersedes in lots of other things. It crowns it all. When they understand their religious belief is quite strong, they would understand so much more at the end of it all. They will know that yes, biblically, Islamically, is not good to tell lies. It's not good to do this. It's not good to play so much tantrums. It's good to respect elders. It's good to, and you tell them, you make them know that, okay, you practice it, not only tell them.
Okay.
You practice it as a person. You don't do things because you don't have it, start, behaving somehow in front of them, or start just neglecting some things that are not meant to be neglected. They see things, they might be so young, either 2, 3, however the age may be, even if they are older. Most children emulate their parents, and that is it. So you have to set a good standard, a good example for them, because definitely, like you said, a family is very important, and the children are your whole ambassador. They represent you. They make you know. The society says, like, if there is a good child out there, the parents are doing a very good job. So definitely everybody wants to be the very good parent. So take out the time, not just for the financial, going out there to make the money. Sit with them, hear them talk, hear them speak, encourage them.
Okay, yes, that's some things I think from you so far, and that is your love for God. Every now and then when you talk, you bring in the God factor, learn to lean on God, train up your child in the way of the Lord, and you even sing this over and again. Now, from what you just said right now, there are parents in our world today who just point the way and say, do that, but they're not doing it. Children, you are home, someone knocks on your door, you tell your children, tell them I'm not at home. But don't lie. It's not good to lie, but when you tell your children, tell them I'm not at home. These children will get confused sometimes, I think, when you tell them, you're telling them to tell a lie.
I think such a parent is actually wasting his or her time doing that, because, like I said, they emulate you. They see whatever you do reflects what they are going to do. There are so many kids, whatever you say, before you know it, they say it again. They repeat it. So you be the teacher. Let them see you as that model, as a very good model in everything they do. Do not lie, and you never lie. They will never lie. Do not steal. You don't take any other person's things to your own things. They will not do that. Like I said, with God, with prayers. And I'm sure, we should actually be calm when we are dealing with this, our children. Some parents are so authoritative, some are so authoritarian. You should study the children you have, study the child that you've got, and with that you'll be able to know where to come in. You'll be able to know how to handle such a child. You have different kind of children. Some are very, really out there. Some are very calm. Some are in the average, not so out there, not so sharp. Some not just calm. Just study the child, and as a parent, you have a lot of work to do. Now it's just you. You have to tell God to give you that capability to be able to handle it. It's not, you are not an island, but it can be done.
Okay, yeah, still talking on single parenting. This time on the home front. The society believes that when a child turns out some certain kind of way, they tell you, oh, he is a product of a broken home. He grew up with his mother. She grew up with her father. And so there's this thing that people tend to believe about it. You've been talking about children being a representation, an ambassador of yourself, modeling to the world God. Let's talk about how can we change this then? When sometimes children grieve in different ways. A mother sometimes, I used to say this when I was younger, I would tell, my mom, I say, Mom, if it was just you, you spoil me, because my mom was the kind of person who doesn't, she corrects you, but she, very madly, and I would think, no, especially when she's correcting my little one, and I'm thinking, Mommy, be harder on her. My dad was the strict one, my mom was the gentle, so I would tell my Mommy, you're spoiling us. So there are mothers like that, or parents like that, or single, parents like that, who are just very calm and gentle. They don't know how to tell you to be too hard on you and all of that. And sometimes this is just like these children turns out the wrong way.
Well, really, as a single parent, just keep a most positive mindset, and the kind of society we have does not help situation either. They tend to, probably label such a child. Even from primary school, from nursery primary school, is quite fatherless, is a product of a broken home. But as it's way, instill confidence in your children. Let them be able to be proud of who they are. Yes, I am being trained by my mother or my father, and as a parent, you have to be able to go all out for those children. Be able to defend them at all costs, because they will be bullied. I know, I understand that fact. For me, I'm gonna use myself an example. When it happened to me, I had to tell my children some certain kind of things. Oh, that is not around, but he's never coming back. But he's not around, but he's never coming back. So they understand he's not around, but he's never coming back. And at school, there are so many things to teach them: the role of a father, probably, and they want to, oh, where's my daddy? Where's my daddy gone to? This, that. And sometimes the children, probably the friends, talk about, oh, my daddy, but I tend to make them, okay, just I tend to tell them, okay, when anything that happened that comes with daddy comes up, just tell me. I'll take care of that for you. As a very young girl, she came to me someday and she was like, oh, please call daddy because I want to hug him. That word actually moved me a lot, because I was like, anytime you want to hug daddy, just come to mommy and hug mommy. And that was it. Not like they've forgotten their daddy, but I tried to, guard that factor, he's not there and he's never coming back, and let them see it in such direction. And as a society, we need to help kids in this position. We need to make them know that just love them endlessly. Love them with no cost, because they are products of a broken home, but it's not their choice. It could have never been their choice. And we should train. If you train your child will not go out there and bully another child who is fatherless or motherless, or who is not living with he or her father, either by choice or by circumstance. So it still goes down to whatever discipline you must have instilled into your child at a very tender age. Thank you.
Okay, still talking about grieving children. I know children grieve in different ways. Sometimes they grieve and they don't want to talk to anybody because they just found out a news they don't like. Sometimes the very outspoken ones become very quiet. They become withdrawn. They grieve in different ways. They sulk. What can parents do to manage situations like that?
Oh yes, I think as a parent, what you can do is get closer to the child. Let her talk to you, or let him talk to you.
Okay.
Because he's not going to talk to anyone except you.
Okay.
Persuade him or her to talk to you. And I'm sure as a parent, you understand your children's needs or your child's need. So you will be able to devise such a means to make her talk. And by the time she's poured out her mind, it's a counseling thing. That as a parent, as a mother or your father, you are also a counselor. You juggle so many things together. You counsel her out of the situation, and she sees a bigger picture, oh yes, she doesn't have a father, but you are also the father and the mother, or probably you have somebody who can actually be in that position for you, for the child. Do you understand? It could be your father, it could be your friend, a father figure, or a mother figure who can help you sustain that role or play that role in the life of the child. But as a parent, you have to be careful whoever you actually expose your kid to as well. So it still depends. Just be strong.
Okay, now I have a question here from someone here that says, is it fair to ask children to help? Now, since I'm a single mother as well, and the absence of my partner is making it uneasy for my children, I'm trying to be understanding. Is it fair to ask them to help?
Definitely. What kind of help are you talking about?
Maybe help around the house.
Definitely. You have to tell them they have to become independent. They have to be able to do stuff. Like probably you might think, oh, it's too much for the child, and the child learns on it. She grows up with it, or he grows up with it, and he understands things. Yes, and things sometimes, most times, it doesn't come on a platter of gold anymore. Since the father or the mother might not be there, all the my mommy, my daddy thing, and before you know it, the kid would grow older than he or her age, even as a parent. I became widowed at 30, and I'm telling you, I grew way older at a very, very short period of time. I learned so much within a short period of time, and a lot of things actually reflect on my kids. My daughter, a 4-year-old, can take good care of herself. I beat her, but she's gonna dress up herself. She's not gonna wait for mommy to come wear her stuff for her or her school uniform. She knows where everything is being kept, and you encourage them. You encourage them because life is a big struggle. It happens and it has happened, and nothing is gonna stop life from moving, or either you. So, thank you.
Okay, now we have been discussing single parenting, and it's been a very amazing time right here with my guest, Mrs. Alima Adelakumoro, who is a single mother as well. Talking to us about how it has been for her, sharing personal experiences, and of course she's taught us about discipline and all. Let's talk about financially. Now, you said something like this earlier on. But let's talk about how, as a parent, you said something. Let me just recap. You said keep adding to yourself. You learn something new. Sometimes financial burdens come up, especially when you're just all alone. And there is this man. Let me say this instance. There is a man. Maybe you're a single mother, and there is a man who wants to help, and he gives you money occasionally. How easy should it be to bring someone into your children's life, introducing new people into your children's life? Like my friend I was talking about, my friend wants to remarry, but she's being careful about her children. She does not want to bring any man around her children. And I know people, women generally, and men sometimes, some of them actually put a lot on the line for their children. Sometimes people say you deprive yourself of happiness just because you want things to be fine. You don't want to give your children a wrong emotion. Let's talk about this balance.
Okay. Yes, you have to be careful whoever you expose your children to. That's very important. And growing up, I had my 2 parents with me, but I have a friend that grew up with a single mother, and she sometimes shared her own experience with me about when men will come to see her mom in the house, probably a man, and she will be really upset. She'll just go into hiding, and probably she was quite an adolescent. She doesn't want to see anybody with her mom. That is actually acts of jealousy, because she doesn't want to see anybody with her mom. And yes, I understand that fact. You have to prioritize. You need somebody to help you to ease your financial burden, if that should be the case. But you have to be careful, on the other hand, of who you expose these children to, because like I said, they reflect you. They are your legacy. They are all you've got. Talking from my own perspective, from my own point of angle. So I think when such things happen, you should learn, or you should know how to handle it as an adult. And if your kids are quite small, don't involve an outside party, probably the opposite sex, into your life yet, because they are going to grow into it. Children learn really, really too fast, and by the time they say, oh, this one has come maybe today, another one maybe came tomorrow, or even if it's just a single person, the child will just be like, oh, probably it's a normal thing to have somebody outside there that come and go. And when the child becomes an adult, that's when waywardness, that is when a lot of other social vices comes into play. But you have to stand on your feet, know what you want. Not like you might not get remarried either as a man or as a woman, but put the children into consideration, prioritize them.
Okay, now, one single parent said, when I come home and see those 4 walls, and especially after the children are in bed, loneliness really comes over me. I've heard that loneliness is one of the biggest problems of single parents.
Exactly, yes.
Let's talk about this. And how to overcome it. And how you're overcoming yours by the day.
Okay. It's very, very sensitive, because you think about so many memories you used to share. If you were an adult before it happened, you still become lonely after all, because your kids might have grown and come to get married, and you don't have a husband or a wife anymore. You still become lonely even after all. But even as a young couple, this has happened. The kids go to bed and it's just you. It's very sensitive. You have to. Only for me, I think what I do is I just engage my mind. I do so many stuff right now. I do so many stuff. I tend to learn a lot. I read a lot. I'm right now working on my master's program, and it has kept a lot of memories, a lot of loneliness out of me. And I tend to be around people. If you have to change wherever you were before, please change. Be around people that's going to help you, that's going to help you come out of that loneliness. That's work for me. I used to reside in Abuja with my children and my family. I felt it's going to be so lonely for me, especially when my husband passed on, and I felt residing to Ibadan with my family around me, and even my in-laws close to me. It's a good thing for me. I would see people at at the snap of a finger, and which has worked for me in several ways. I tend to be around people, good people, positive people, to encourage me. Sometimes you need to talk about it. Sometimes you need to cry in private. Sometimes you need to just, lose that hair. So,
and the part that I hear, they say it, and it's of course in the Bible. God is the father of the fatherless, He's the husband of the widow. Let's talk about how God has been helping you through this journey.
Thank you. Like I said, most of the experience I've had so far, I've placed so much on God. It made me closer much more to God. I saw life in a different dimension. I saw life as it were, like there's a big deal to life, and at the end of the day there is no big deal to it. So you take things with so much seriousness, then you look back and say, oh Lord, I'm thankful. Just invite God into your life. Okay. With this invitation, it eases so much pain. It helps you to keep moving. It's just it gives you a bigger picture, a better place. It makes you be in a better place, as it were.
Okay, I've learned a lot from our guest today. Proper planning is essential for success. She said, take your life in your hands and work at it. Do not be idle. Yes, that's one of the things she said last right there. And don't forget, you can still love your children and discipline them. Yeah, because your partner is not here, it does not mean that you should not discipline your children. Let's move away from this societal notion that a single child has to turn out wrong. No, I have seen people who grew up with single parents who are doing amazing things. And when I hear this societal justification for why a child didn't do well, I'm thinking, no, this is failure to take responsibility on the part of the child. Let's talk about children now, because sometimes I know with children we need to make things easy for our parents. Growing up, I like to share my experience. I was a very hard-headed young lady. I was the kind of girl who liked to throw tantrums. I was the kind of girl who refused food, because I'm angry and I don't want to eat, and then I'll be worried as to why my parents are worried, and I'm thinking, it's me, my body, I am choosing not to eat, and you are worried. We don't understand how parents feel when we decide to be angry. We refuse to talk to them, we refuse to eat their food, we refuse to ask them for anything. Children, I know we need to do better. I'm not a child, but I'm still a child with my mom. But let's talk about children, how you can make things easy for our parents. Or if you're talking to a child out there now.
Yeah, very good, very good. I would like to talk to them to probably let them know that their parents, either the father or the mother, as it were, has actually gone a long way, sacrificed so much for them, and they should try on their own part to encourage, to let the father or the mother see that their efforts are not actually in vain. They should work together, work hand in hand with their parents, because your father is not there, your mother is not there, and which one that is there has scolded you, and you feel you can just talk anyhow or talk back at him or her, is very wrong. Is very wrong. She wants to be somebody who is a good ambassador of yourself, of the society, of your nation at large, as it were. So I encourage you, if you have that child, if you have the girl or the boy or the lady or the man out there that is actually been trained by a single mother, a single father, I would encourage you to work with your parents. Be good. Be who you are meant to be. Don't derail. Don't derail. There's so many other things. Oh, my dad is not there. I can go into drugs. My mom is not there. I can follow friends around. Please, if that is coming your way, stop it. It's not going to lead you anywhere good in future. Everybody wants to be good. Everybody wants to be great. Everybody wants to be fine. And you want your parents to be proud of who they have raised single-handedly. So I encourage you, just be good. Be yourself. And help your mom, help your dad. Work together with her. And most of all, be prayerful. That's
My guest has been quite passionate about this discussion, and before she came up to the microphone, I asked her if she is a public speaker. And she told me that while she was an undergraduate, she used to do something, in that line as a counselor. But now, being tested with something like this has brought out the best in her. Let's talk about people, yourself being revealed to you, discovering yourself, and you finding purpose in this, turning a pain into a gain.
Yeah, I think for me, okay, let me use me as an example. I've always loved to impact positively into other people. I think that is just me. I like to encourage people, to lift people's soul, and that was even way before my own circumstance. And even it happened, I thought of so many things. I read books, I went online, searched so many things out, to make people out of the situation. I saw so many stuff, and I felt, okay, this is a good time to lend my voice to the society. We're in a society where people see us as a taboo. Some people don't even want to have anything to do with us. They think probably a spell might have been cast on you, and they don't want to talk to you. They don't want to associate with you. But please encourage us. Encourage a single mother. Encourage a single father. Encourage a single parent. They are going through so many things in life. There are dark places they might be in life. And it is you out there that can find something good, that can bring peace to such a person, that can, impact into people. If you have to go an extra mile to make such a person happy, please do it. If you have to let the person acquire a skill from you for free, please do it, because I cannot lie to you, the financial burden is real, very real. So please encourage everyone. Let's love one another. Let's accept whatever it is. It is life. We all have to keep moving. It is life. Life happens. Then you stay happy. Thank you.
Thank you very much to my guest. It's been a great time with you today on Homefront, Mrs. Alima Adela Kumoru. I must say thank you very much for giving us this expository moment with you.
You're welcome, and it's my pleasure having me here.
Thank you very much. And to single parents listening to us today, and to everyone as well listening to us today, I know that it is very easy to become overwhelmed with responsibilities and the demands of single parenting. But on top of that, you might still even be experiencing pain, on the death of a spouse, or even on a divorce. Now, based on your own feelings, our guest has told us to maintain a positive attitude. Don't forget, your children are affected by your mood. Speak up. If you need to talk to a counselor, please do. Seek help, get help, and don't forget, deal with stress. Don't break down. Exercise regularly, eat well. Don't be all over, I want my children to eat, I'm not going to eat, Take care of yourself. She said a lot right there. And don't forget, God is the father of the fatherless, He's the husband of the widows. From us at Wellsradio, we love you, and if you want to share your thought with us, please drop comments for, of course, our social handles. We are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, we are on Instagram. Do drop your comments for us. Search for us at Wellsradio across these platforms, and Wellsradio online on Facebook. Drop comments for us. Send us emails by our website. We'll be willing to read from you. Share us testimonies. Share with us. We want to hear how you keep going by your day. My name is Adeshawa Olofiko. It has been Homefront on Wellsradio. Download the Wellsradio mobile application on your mobile devices. Yes. And you can listen to us on the go. Not forgetting, you can download this episode on SoundCloud as well. www.soundcloud.com. Search for Wellsradio, and you can find this content. Not forgetting, we're on YouTube. So find us on youtube.com and search for Wellsradio. You'll be able to see the visuals of this as well. Click and follow all our programs. We are all about wholesome programming. My name is Adeshawa Olofiko again. I love you and God loves you more. Until next time, stay happy and stay joyful.